We are going to bring back up the intergalactic artist to the stage. Can you go ahead and give me join me in welcoming Tony Haynes? Bring the energy a little louder in that applause. Put your back into it.
My name is Sabeen Mahmur. I am a human rights activist and NGO worker from Pakistan. I am president of the Karachi branch of the Indus Entrepreneurs, a nonprofit dedicated to fostering entrepreneurship, as well as the owner of the Second Floor Cafe, or T2F as it was called by my friends. Growing up in Pakistan, or the Pakistan of my childhood, was very different than the Pakistan you see in the world today. In my early days, it was a pluralistic society open to diversity of thought, religiosity, and ethnicity. There was a heavy Sufi influence throughout the country, which promoted peace, tolerance, love, and acceptance. My mother, a socialist, was a great influence on my philosophical development and was the one of my most ardent supporters. As Pakistan became a more developed nation, I noticed that foreign investments brought with it foreign ideologies, and the once tolerant and pluralistic society of my youth was quickly fading. I knew I had to act, but I wasn't sure how. I wasn't a member of any clubs growing up. I was wondering how to meet new people around, shared interests, to give space to people who wouldn't ordinarily get it otherwise. All I knew was that I had to bring people together who opposed the new status quo. In 2013, I decided that it was necessary to open a cafe for free-thinking individuals like myself so that we would have a safe place to exchange ideas, engage in debate, and launch grassroots campaigns to promote human rights. The problem was we had no funding. I went to my grandmother, who had a small sum of money saved for her future health care, so I told my grandmother what I was planning to do and assured her that if she fell ill, we'd give her a triple shot of espresso so that either it would cure her or kill her. With the sum of just $9,400, I opened the second cafe, or the second floor cafe. T2F was more than just a coffee shop. It was a staging ground for my own activism, as well as a gathering place for like-minded Pakistanis such as myself. It was a small place with a bookstore, a meeting room. We ran solely on donations, but even with a very tight budget, we hosted lectures, created events, and launched our campaigns from that spot. It became a cultural haven for writers, thinkers, activists, and intellectuals. At T2F, I made sure that we stood by the causes of all freedom fighters. We were there for the Christians. We joined the protests against the Red Mosque. We rallied for the oppressed Hazara minority. We stood against censorship in Pakistan, challenged the fundamentalist campaign against Valentine's Day, and encouraged computer hackers to put their skills to good use by creating a hackathon. The Economist called me Karachi's wild child, a powerful activist at the heart of every disturbance in the city. During the course of my work, I received, the usual threats of every kind imaginable. The government threatened to halt my panels at the university. Fundamentalists threatened to harm me or kill me. All because I was the sole voice of reason, pluralism, and secularism. The kind of creed that endangers the insidious side of constructed Pakistani nationalism. Those in power were averse to any form of dissent, and I had been actively dissenting since I was 15 years old. On the night of April 24th, 2015, I hosted a wonderful panel discussion on the 10,000 disappeared people of Ballo Christian at Lahore University. This was a highly controversial and hotly debated subject. As I was driving home that evening, my mother and I were surrounded by masked gunmen. They shot me 4 times, and my mother twice. My mother survived. I died instantly, and that is my story. My name is Sabeen Mahmur.